Brandon, I know you're excited for today's episode. I'm very excited for today's episode. I think that's an understatement of the year. How do you feel about that, Brandon?
Man, I've been looking forward to the Peppermint Hippo. I always see the pictures. I'm like, what happens if you ride on the Peppermint Hippo?
That's right. Well, for anyone that knows either myself or Brandon, you know that our favorite go-to spot after work is always a Peppermint Hippo. One of the best gentleman clubs here in town in Las Vegas. And correct me if I'm wrong, it's the only one on the Strip, is that right?
The Las Vegas Strip, yeah.
And the Las Vegas Strip. I love that.
Yes, sir.
Well, today, Brandon and I were both very excited because we have someone who's going to give us all the little behind-the-scenes secrets of the Peppermint Hippo, the Director of Services, Derick Opela. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Glad to have you here, man.
Thank you.
Now, for anybody at home who doesn't think I'm going to rock my favorite hat on this episode.
Oh, get out of here.
Come on now.
Get out of here.
Come on now.
How'd you get that?
Oh, man. I'll tell you exactly how I got it. Usually, I'll make up some fake story about it. But the truth is, do you know who Heather Collins is? She's raised in Vegas.
Yeah, well, I just worked with her. I love her. She's awesome.
She's fantastic. You guys sent her a promo box like a year or two ago.
Yeah.
And she's one of my best friends.
Oh, okay. Is that her on the wall right
there? There she is.
I was wondering. I was like, is that Heather? Because
that's Heather. She's everywhere.
Yeah.
And so I happened to be there when she got the promo box, and
right.
she, I think got a shirt and got a hat and all this stuff. So I was like, oh, I love that hat. So I stole the hat, and it's my hat.
That's dope. That's our third anniversary hat.
Is it?
I love that. Yeah, because we just had our fourth anniversary on the 11th.
Yeah.
Like two weeks ago or whatever, and it was we did something similar where we sent some promo boxes out,
Sure.
and I was like, "That's amazing, man!" I probably made that box.
You probably did. What's the difference between the third anniversary and the fourth anniversary?
The stars.
Okay.
Yeah, you have 3 stars on that one.
Interesting. Okay. Brandon, switch to my. Let me see. I got 3 stars.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, we on the newer ones too. We kind of changed up the logo just a little. We still use that logo.
Yeah.
But we also changed up the logo where it's like now it's like a hippo head. and my director of operations, Cisco, I think it was his daughter that designed it, and he told me that, and I was like, "Your daughter designed it?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "Check it out." I was like, "Oh my god, that's
incredible,
cool, man." So so we use that. We use both of them in, depending on what we're doing. But now it's kind of like the hippo head thing, which you'll probably see on our new kind of marketing stuff that we're doing now. So,
well, before you go, I'm going to have you sign my third anniversary hat.
I love that.
Yes, of course.
I have to get my signature. I'll get my silver pin out.
Yeah, the amount of good attention that I've gotten from this hat over the past year and a half has been fantastic.
Really?
From either former dancers, current dancers, or just regular guests that go in there. They give me a fist bump, like, "Nice hat, bro."
I love that.
Thanks, man.
I love that. Yeah. Our I love that. That's great. It's kind of cool, because we all came from different clubs, and we all saw stuff that we didn't like, and we didn't enjoy, and we're like, you know what? We're creating something new.
Yeah.
We're gonna do it the right way, right? And we want to be the staff that the girls like to be around. The girls, that's not just the dancers, but like the normal staff, like bartenders and the cocktail waitresses and the supervisors, and like we had a very I don't know, like, headstrong mission where it's like we don't want to be these jaded, because man, I'm telling you, in this industry there's so many jaded people.
Have you worked in other gentlemen's clubs?
Oh
before?
yeah. I mean, I've been in the nightclub, gentlemen's club scene my whole life.
Okay.
I've been doing the nightclub, gentlemen's club since I was 17. Not a gentlemen's club, obviously, since I was 17.
Yeah.
But I started. Strangely enough, I started at an 18 and over club in Reno, Nevada, and I was 17.
Nice.
And the owner, it was called Pacific Beach Club in Reno, Nevada. This is, I don't know, 23 years ago. I'm getting old, man. So yeah, anyway, I went there and I auditioned as a bartender, and he's like, "Oh, how old are you?" And I was like 17. He's like, "What?" He's like, "You can't be back there." I was like, "I don't know." He's like, "Oh yeah, you're going to the door." And I was like, "Okay." So I got hired as the door guy, right? So I'm 17 telling these 18-year-olds, "Hey, you can't come in, bro. You're not old enough." So it was that was an interesting journey. And then once I got to like 19 or something, and then he transferred me to his other club, which was it would probably be a club that'd be interesting to you. An all 80s dance club. It's called Vino's, right?
Sign me up.
It was probably 300 feet from our other club. and it was all 80s all the time. We grew up. It was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Our club was packed. We were the spot for a good 3 years. And then other clubs started coming up, and there was another one that kind of stole some of our thunder, and that was around the time that I was like, I kind of want to do something else. A nice lady, I don't remember her name, Tanya from Spearmint Rhino reached out to me, and they were opening a Spearmint Rhino in San Jose. And I was like, oh, cool. Because when I was younger, when I lived here the first time, I remember when Rhino first opened. I was like 14 or 15 years old when it opened, right? It opened like the library, and there was another one too. But the Rhino opened, and I remember when I was young, I was like, I'm going to go work for the Rhino because I'm like a teenager. I was like, I'm going to go look at titties. Yeah. So
that's also the American dream.
Right,
Traveling the country and looking at titties.
Yeah, man. Like, come on.
Come on. What else do you want?
What else? I'm living the dream here.
Exactly.
So she calls me, and she's like, hey, are you interested in coming to work for Rhino? I was like, no. Yes. So.
What movie is that from? No. Yes.
Isn't it Will Ferrell and Will Ferrell and
is it
Night at the Roxbury?
Night at the Rock. That's what it is. Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
Chris Kattan.
Oh, Chris Kattan. That's what it was. One of my favorite movies. I love that movie, dude. So
that's literally like your nightlife movie. I feel
yeah, dude. I'm going like this all the time. Bro. That's me. Every time. That's my theme. When I came in, you didn't hear the music come on when I came in. That's my theme song, bro.
You mentioned that 80s club that you worked with. Vino's.
Yeah.
And you said like, it had like a good 2-year window of like being one of the hottest clubs. But then like almost like it seems like it's a very common issue with a lot of clubs. It's the hot trendy ones are hot this year, maybe next year. But then after that it's what's next.
Yeah.
How is Hippo able to at least sustain and maintain at least for 4 years?
Yeah, I think it's because our management staff, I think, is on the younger side. I just turned 40. Well, not just turned 40. I turned 40 on Halloween.
Hey, look at you.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. It's a little bit on the younger side. So we are more adept, I think, at technology, right? We're not afraid to try new things with marketing. We know we're not stuck in the old frame of mind. A lot of these clubs are stuck in the old frame of mind where they don't want to try new things because they don't want to deviate from their box. We deviate all the time, dude. Right. We deviate all the time. And we get until our IG was recently, all the clubs IGs were taken.
I saw that.
All of them. Rhinos, everybody was, Meta just nuked all the.
That's wild.
And it wasn't just the Vegas ones. They nuked a bunch of Rick's clubs, and they nuked a bunch of.
You really weren't posting anything that was against guidelines. Like it was just scandalous.
PG-13 at most. Yeah. And a lot of this stuff, it wasn't even that high, man. Because we understand how it worked, right? Yeah. We're like, we're not going to get kicked off. Oh, you're kicked off. Wait, what?
That sucks.
Yeah. And so, we're trying to fight that and see what happens with it. But Meta came and nuked everything. But anyway, the way that we did things is we understood, hey, you can't, this isn't the 1990s. You can't be like, hey, here's a bunch of boobs in your face. Right. It doesn't work like that anymore. So you have to go around that. What are people looking for? One, look at what's going on in the economy right now. The economy it's very shaky right now. No one really knows what's going on with it. We have the Iran war that's going on. Mm-hmm. You have a bunch of other stuff in the world. The world isn't getting more kumbaya and fairy tales, right? It's getting worse. It's getting like kind of crazy. So you have to adapt to those adversities, and you have to be able to overcome that. So like you have to sit down and genuinely ask yourself, obviously we're a strip club and obviously we have girls, but what else are people looking for, right? They're looking for value for their money, right? Yes. And right now there's this trendy thing going around on social media where it's like, Vegas charged $50 for a cheeseburger and $40 for parking. And as a local, I can relate to that, man. Like, do I have money now? Yeah, I have a little bit of money now. But when I was younger, I didn't. Right? I know what it's like to be poor. I know what it's like to have to penny pinch and plan every single dollar out, right? And Vegas got overzealous. And they're like, we're making so much money post-COVID. It's so good. It's so good. Well, it was so good because of what was happening, dude. Right. People got a bunch of free money. They were sitting on their ass for a year and a half. They weren't doing anything. And they're like, hey, everything's open now. Let's go to Vegas and spend it. And so Vegas... And this is the wildest part to me, man. I consider myself pretty business savvy, but you guys didn't factor in that there was going to be like a trajectory where it goes like this and then it kind of crashes. Like, you guys didn't think about this and like kind of plan for it. Instead, you guys are like, no, we're just going to jack everything through the roof and just take people for all they have. So you have this thing going on online for social media that's dragging Vegas, like, oh, Vegas sucks because of X, Y, and Z. And now it's just now starting to gain traction, like with the Circa and
the local
other
deals,
ones,
and
where they're trying to do the inclusive deals,
packages,
right? The inclusive packages. And it's like, guys, you were late to we were telling you this last year. You guys were, you're way late to the party. We could have done something about this last year.
Yeah.
But you know, greed being greed, what it is, they're late to the game. So now they're luckily they're starting to all change course and stuff. But you know, appealing to what people need in this economy is important. You have to read the room. What's going on in the economy? What's going on in the stock market? What's going on with people? Are they finding value in what you're doing? How are we drawing them to our club? What are we providing them? You know, it can't just be titties, right? We're in the atmosphere of OnlyFans. We're in the age of the internet. We're in the age of this. They can get that anywhere, right? What they can't get is they can't get that personal contact. That feeling of, hey, George, good to see you again, man. Welcome back. I love having you here. Hey, let me show you your table. I got you all set up. I got your table set up for you. Hey, listen, I got the lovely Jen right here. She wants to spend some time with you. Jen, why don't you go sit with him? You know, I'm going to go over here. You guys have a good time. I'm going to get some drinks for you.
Yes.
Right? Having that personal experience is important because that's the one thing that AI and the internet can't replace is that personal contact. And that's something I think everybody craves. Whether they admit it or not, it's the ability to go out and have conversations with real people and relate to real people and have a good time. I want to go drink and I want some titties in my face. OnlyFans can't give you that. Right. You can sit in your living room and drink some Jack Daniels and look at them online, but it's not the same thing. Sure. You know? So I genuinely feel like the pricing, for one, you know, we're overhauling actually our entire pricing, which is great because we sat down and we had this exact conversation, and we're like, what do people need right now? Well, we don't need to break their wallet. Cool. Let's reevaluate all our pricing. Let's bring it down. Right. Let's make sure we're sticking to our half off for the locals because our locals are what pays the bills, man. We want our locals in there. We want to be the spot where if you're a local and you're bored, come hang out and see some titties, bro. Yeah. Come have a 50% off Jack and Coke or Captain and Coke or whatever, margarita, whatever it is you drink, and you can get that experience, and it's not going to break your bank. You're not going to leave broke. You're going to leave and you're like, oh, I had a good time. I'll come back next week, right? And then maybe next week I get you some rounds because you're a regular, right? I'll hang out in OG. Have you been there?
I've never been there.
So we have this cool room. So Hippo used to be called OGs. Okay. Olympic Gardens. And then it was shut down for, I don't know.
Not to be confused with Olive Gardens.
No. I mean, well, you're also family with us.
How's your never-ending pasta menu, by the way?
Yeah, it's tacos, but it's good. It's good. We got Sacco the Taco Man.
Love that. Yeah. Sacco the Taco Man. Shout out to Sacco the Taco Man.
It's great. So we have this really upscale lounge, and it's called the OG room, and it kind of pays homage to OGs, right? But it's you go in there, it has its own bar. It's a separate atmosphere from the rest of the club. It doesn't have the banging music. It has music in there. It's just a little more subtle, and it has it's more the upscale vibe. Sure. Right? If you're like a gentleman, you do the little pinky thing.
That's right. That's right.
I'm going to have my own. I'm gonna go have a drink, right? That's kind of probably the spot you go to because that's where you want to be able to not yell, I'm John. Yes. I'm from Wisconsin.
Nice to meet you.
Because it's a little more subtle there. So, so we have that, and it's just kind of we provide different atmospheres for it, and I apologize.
That's all right. You're a busy man doing busy things. What time do I have you till?
Whenever you want me.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good.
My other thing's online, but I'm waiting for them to text me back, which they haven't. Yeah. So whatever.
I'll tell you what I like. I like that you brought up all the things that you're really trying to make sure that people can experience. You obviously the deals and the packages, the hookups.
Online packages. We have killer online packages. I also
like that you thought of the art of conversation, which is dying. It's a dying trend.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And like as people get older, you're talking through text, or you're talking through DMs, or you're watching videos.
Depersonalized.
Yes, it really is.
100% it does.
And the next generation, the following generation after that, the art of conversation is going to be dead, and it sucks.
It sucks.
It
dude,
does,
right?
Because it really does give you a unique experience and makes you feel like, you know what, I feel welcome here.
Right.
Like you remembered me, or
Right.
you at least remembered I was in before.
Right.
You're able
family.
when you're here, your family. That's you know exactly how I like my unlimited breadsticks. That's
right.
great. Yes,
That's right.
But the art of conversation is dying, and it's so unfortunate. But I'm glad that you guys are focusing on that experience,
The human aspect, the human experience, right?
Yes.
That's what it's all about. Like, I tell people this all the time, especially when it comes to business. People don't follow machines. They don't follow this. They follow people, right? So if you can relate to someone, or you can have a conversation where you're like, hey, man, that was a really good conversation. I really enjoyed that. We had a good time, right? They're going to remember that. They're not going to remember the vodka soda that they had. They can get that anywhere. They can't get that personal experience anywhere else, though, right? And that only comes from the individual. So, and that's true, I think, in all aspects, right? Whether it's business or politics or, you know, just your home life in general. That human experience is what makes things irreplaceable. And you can't, there are only certain places that, you know, when you walk in, oh, they're going to club me, man. They're going to club me. They're going to take me for, they're going to take me to the washers. They're going to take me for everything I have. And then they're just going to send me home and be like, all right, cool, whatever. We don't like you.
Yeah.
That's not me. That's not us at Hippo. Like, we actually genuinely care. I don't want to break your bank. Right. I don't want to like steal your kids' college funds. Like, I have no desire to do any of that stuff. I want to make sure you have a good time, and I want to make friends with you, right? Because like, contacts are everything in this industry. In Vegas, like, who you know is important in the sense of, if you want to go out and have a good time, right? I could go to any one of these casinos because I have contacts from Caesars and this place and this place. And if I have friends come to town, hey, dude, we're coming to town. We're coming to your restaurant. Can you fit me in? Oh, we're booked up, but let me find out. Okay, cool. I got you in, right? So having those connections in this city is really important, but replacing that human experience, you can't replace that. You have to get that from a genuine place, a genuine person that actually cares, or at least at a minimum can act like they care. Because I have been around some of those people where they're like, they act like they care, and they get around. Oh, fuck that guy.
Do you see people come in and you see them going down like the spiral of probably spending more than they should be spending? Or
yeah, we get involved in stuff like that too. Yeah, so we had
walk me through an experience like that.
So we had a gentleman that came in there, and he started off, he was completely sober, 100% sober.
Right.
And he came in, he dropped like, I think it was like 8,000, right? He got a couple girls, and he got a big bottle, and we have a karaoke room.
Okay.
And he went in there, and that's how I sell the karaoke room. Like, hey, you can get a microphone and titties in your face, right? And everyone's like, ah! And none of them can ever sing, but it's a good selling point.
Yeah, right? Sure.
So he came in, and the guy had money, right? He absolutely, obviously had money. And whenever you're at the strip club, this is a very normal thing. The banks usually, because it's a very large transaction, so the bank's like, no, you can't spend it. And so he's got to call him or whatever. Unlock his card, and he unlocked his card, and he did it. And he wanted to re-up, right? But he came out, and you could tell the guy was wrong. I knew he had money because I saw his bank account. He's like, look, I got money. The guy had like $4 or $5 million in his account or whatever.
Jeez.
He's like, yeah, I want to spend it. I'm like, all right, cool. So we spent it a little bit. But anyway, he came out, and you could tell the guy was pretty intoxicated. He was having a good time with the girls and everything like that. And one of the girls comes out, and the girl's like, oh, we're going to re-up. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to go talk to him first, right? We're just going to call him Mr. Smith, right?
Sure.
Just to privacy's sake.
Of course.
We'll call him Mr. Smith, and all right, well, I'm going to talk to Mr. Smith, darling. Well, I need you to hang out over there for a minute because I want to talk to Mr. Smith, right? And I'm talking to him, and you could tell the guy was like,
yeah.
And I said, I'll tell you what, Mr. Smith, listen, I enjoyed having you here tonight. I love having you here. You had a great time. I don't want to take any more money from you. Let me get you a ride home. back to your hotel. And if you want to come back tomorrow, I'll set a room up for you. I'll get the girls ready. I'll get the champagne ready. I'll get everything ready for you. But I'm not comfortable taking money from you right now, because there's a difference between guys who are in the right state of mind, and you can tell that you verify with them, hey, are you sure you want to spend $8,000? Yeah, man, let's go. I'm like, all right, cool. So, but you can tell when you're taking advantage of someone. Like me, I have morals, man. I have morals. I have a moral compass. I am not about that. I'm not going to club a guy over the head because I can. Could I have taken his card and ran his card and been like, yeah, he wanted another 10,000? Would he have noticed? Probably not.
Right.
Seeing after talking to the guy, and he did come back the next day, by the way.
Good.
After talking to the guy, no one he probably wouldn't have noticed, but I would have noticed, and I like my staff would have noticed, and that's when it's important to me that my staff perceives certain things, right? I don't want my staff ever perceiving me to be someone that's going to take advantage of a customer, because they're going to now do the same thing, right? So I try and make sure that I instill those morals and lead by example when it comes to that stuff. And a lot of times you'll have the IPEs come out and you're like, oh, we want to re-up. And our policy, no, we talk to the customer. I understand what you're saying. You want to re-up because you want money.
Right.
I want to make sure the customer's in the right state of mind. I want to make sure he's okay with this transaction, because at the end of the day, one, I have to live with that, right? I'm not cool with that, man. If I went to a strip club and they did that to me, I would feel got, right? Mm-hmm. I don't want to feel got.
And you probably wouldn't be back there.
And I wouldn't be back there, right? But the guy came back the next day. He came up to me and specifically thanked me. He's like, hey, I really appreciate that. I thank you for sending me home. I was really messed up last night. I really appreciate that. And he's turned into a good regular of ours, man.
That's awesome.
So stuff like that's really important to me. It's very important to make sure that the customer isn't taken advantage of. And that's why, like, when I do VIP rooms sometimes, right, I'll run the room and I explain everything. Hey, this is this charge, X, Y, and Z. I go very slow, very meticulous. They understand. I'm not trying to, okay, sign here and hope they don't see what it is.
Yeah.
Right? And I've been to clubs like that where they do that because they're just, all they care about is filling their bank account. The money comes. The money will always come if you do the right thing. If you look out for the customer and you do the right thing, they'll always come back because they remember that. That's that human experience, right? So if you don't have that human experience, then your business is going to fail no matter what it is. It could be a restaurant, it could be a clothing store, it could be anything. If you don't have that human experience to make people think about you, when they think of that place, are they thinking about you and the experience they had? Or are they thinking about, man, they really fucked me, right? They really gave it to me. I don't want that. That's not how we roll. And I'm very happy that we do it the way that we do it, because all of our managers, like I said, we're all sober. We all are in the right state of mind. We all make sure that the customer is taken care of. Every once in a while we get, the upset customer, and we try and do what we can for them, but you're in
the service industry.
Yeah,
you're going to have that.
You're going to have it. You're going to have it. But double checking with the customer is number one, especially with rooms.
Yeah.
So.
Do you have a lot of couples that come in?
Oh, man, it's been exploding recently.
Really?
Oh, my gosh. I don't know what. And it's cool. Not in a bad way.
Trust them.
If you're a couple and you want to come to Peppermint Hippo.
Make sure it's Peppermint Hippo.
You are more than welcome to. We are. And even the dancers and the entertainers have been coming up to me. They're like, man, we're getting a lot of couples. I think it's just the day and age we're in, to be honest with you, right? Where, I think
it's a lot more accepted.
It's a lot more accepted.
Public.
And to me, money's green, dude.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. Well, I mean, I guess in some instances blue, but we have a couples package, which is really cool. It's a bottle of champagne. But we're exploding with couples recently, and I've noticed, especially in the last 3 months, it's really been some. I don't know if the other clubs are experiencing it. I would assume they are.
Probably.
But yeah, our couples, I would say this last Friday. So I go in to work at 10 o'clock usually. Mm-hmm. And when I got to the floor on Friday, I already had 5 or 6 couples on the floor. Mm. It was something very, it's very interesting. It's the way that the industry is going right now, and the way it's appealing to everyone, is very interesting. I think obviously we have the advantage that we're in Vegas. So, Vegas is a spot that a lot of couples come, and they all want to go out and they all want to have fun. It's Sin City.
Sure. Is the gentlemen's club industry, is it very competitive? Like,
Oh yeah,
really?
Oh my gosh, yeah. I would say we're probably in the most competitive market in the world. Aside, I think Miami's probably pretty competitive. I know Portland has the most strip clubs per capita in Portland, which is wild.
I just recently
I
learned
would
that
have
too.
never
That's
known
crazy.
that. Yeah. I'm like, Portland, really?
Yeah.
I would have never thought that. I was like, it's raining all the time. What the hell?
You stay indoors.
Yeah,
You got to do something indoors.
They have a shitload of strip clubs, but Vegas, because we're a destination, right? Portland's not really a destination. Portland's Portland. Vegas, everybody comes here, so we're all kind of vying for the same business and vying for the same thing, and that's why I think we're a little different, because we play the game a little different. We get a lot of influencers involved. We do a lot of self-advertising. Our self-advertising works. Like now we're starting to get the girls involved in doing reels and doing all this kind of organic, because social media is where it's at, right? Social media is now, it's not, when we were growing up, it was like newspapers and TV and stuff.
Right. No
one cares about any of that stuff anymore, man. It's all about social media and podcasts and Heather.
Yeah. So how do you pick and choose which influencers that you would target that you want to match your brand with?
My biggest thing, it comes down. I evaluate a couple different things, right? I look at their target audience. For one thing, I want to target more than anything locals.
Sure.
Right. So that's why I work with local influencers, because that's who I want the tourists to come in. We do target tourists, and we do want them to come into our club. But I try and stick to my bread and butter, which is locals and getting them through the door. But as far as picking the influencer, again, it comes to their audience. But there's a couple influencers in town I won't work with, because I have friends that have worked with them before, and they're sizable influencers here in town, and I won't work with them because they're very ego driven. They expect free stuff all the time. Which, don't get me wrong, like, if you're cool, like, come in, get a bottle with your friends, I'll comp it, no problem. Right. That's not the thing. But when you have an attitude about it and you expect this and you're demeaning to the staff, I don't tolerate that. I don't care if you're my friend. I don't care if you're a regular. I don't care if you're local. You're not going to demean my staff, man. That is one of my number one pet peeves. Do not mistreat my staff. And just because we're in the service industry or we're in the strip club industry, you're not better than, right? And because you've made a name for yourself being a social media influencer, that doesn't mean that you can be an asshole, man. So I try and make sure that whoever I deal with, they're very personable, they're very down to earth, they're very relatable, and they have a head on their shoulders. Like, obviously influencers, they do it for a couple reasons, right? They do it because they like it, for one, right. But two, it probably becomes a profitable thing for them, venture, right? A business, and you have to treat it as such, right? And as long as there's that cordial understanding that this is a business, and you're doing right by the influencer and you're doing right by the customer, I want to work with them. I want to make sure that person has morals, that they're not just promoting something just to promote it, right? If your sole motivation is just money, cool, maybe I'll do like one of the really big high up ones just for the publicity of it. But I like to stick to people that I think are genuine people, because again, that comes back to that human thing that we were talking about, the human experience, right? Because all those relationships that you create in the world, I mean, I'm sure you've run into this, right? The world perceives you when you're doing a podcast or you're doing influencer type thing. The world perceives you in that persona or in that light, right? Yeah. And maybe sometimes that's who you are, but a lot of times that's not who you are. Like, maybe you're a more private person outside of that, because you do all your fun stuff in this place, and then outside of work you're a more private person. But how do you conduct yourself in the real world, right? Do people know you as being an asshole, or do they know you as being, hey, she's actually pretty cool, or he's pretty cool, or whatever the case is? So I do look and I feel people out. Like, if I have a social media influencer, I'll send a name out to like 10 people. Hey, have you worked with this person before? Yeah. What's your feedback on them? Are they cool? Are they an asshole? Do they have an ego? Are they this? Are they that? And like, there's a couple of them here in town where every time I sent their name out, don't work with them, don't work with them, don't work with them. And I'm like, well, I'm not going to work with them then.
Good to know.
Because those are the kind of people that if you have a misunderstanding, they'll go and start bad-mouthing your business. Yeah. Right? And it's like, listen, man, what are you doing, bro? This is a business. You're going around and you're using your platform for malicious intent. And I don't put myself in those situations, or I don't want to put my company in that situation.
A lot of Heather's friends are influencers, and
Right.
so I've met them because I've been around them.
Right.
Just because they're successful on social media doesn't mean they're smart, savvy business people.
Correct.
And they're,
oh yeah, we know that for yeah.
Some of them, most of them are great people. There are a lot of influencers that know what they're doing. I respect the hell out of them.
Right.
But then there's definitely a batch that's like, you're successful you have X amount of followers on social media, but you're just, I wouldn't trust you with my business.
Yeah, you got a little too big for your britches. Yeah,
a little big for your britches,
yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Yeah, tell you what.
That's good to know, though. That's good to know.
Yeah,
Reputation in Vegas
man.
is so important.
Reputation's important, man.
Yeah.
And I don't think that, when I go out, how the world perceives you is how they treat you.
Yes.
Right? Everything, I think, from how you dress to how you act, it's important, and how you treat people. To me, how you treat people, I think, is the most important, because I don't care how much money you have. I have money too. So what? You don't have a right to treat people like trash, man. You don't. And you don't have a right to demean people for no reason because you're internet famous. Congrats. You want a cookie, bro?
Means nothing.
No,
Means nothing.
Get out of here. I don't care how famous you think you are.
You've obviously had, I'm assuming, a handful of big names coming through your doors at Hippo. How do you handle the situations like that where discretion is so crucial?
That's a great question. We have had some very prominent names come through Hippo. Ones that everyone would probably instantly recognize. Yeah. So we kind of have like a secret entrance, and we still do all the normal security protocols, like pat downs and ID checks and all that stuff to make sure no one that isn't supposed to get in there gets in there. But we have like a secret entrance. We have shut the OG room down. We have an individual that's come in, very, very, very famous individual, who's come in a lot because he likes Hippo. And, we bring him in through the back. I go and I put the lock on the OG room, and I'm like, all right, you, and you come to the OG room. I take them off the side. Listen, this is who this person is.
Right.
Put your phones away. There's no photography. There's no anything. I don't want you guys talking about this. There's no social media, because that's important. Privacy is important, especially in our industry, right? Because some of these people, they may have a wife, or they may have or whatever. Nothing ever happens. Nothing to that extent ever happens. So they may have a business venture. They may be running for Congress, or they may be, whatever, man, whatever the case is. Because I've worked with all kinds of people over the years, and those people want to come in and they want to spend money, but if they can't trust that you're going to maintain their privacy, why are they going to spend their money with you, right? And we're in a very taboo industry. I think it's getting a lot better.
I agree,
especially from probably the 90s or early 2000s. I think it's way night and day. Completely different. But privacy for those guys, it's really important, man, because they just want to come in and have fun like everyone else. And when you're in that public spotlight like that all the time, some people have this expectation that you're just not allowed to go do that stuff, which I don't personally even understand that, because it's like, we're human. Why can't we go have fun? Why can't we go do these things, right? So no, privacy to me is incredibly important, especially even if it's not a celebrity, right? Like take our entertainers, for example, right? We all take photography and videography in the club very seriously too. If you want to take a picture, right, or do a video in the club, you're more than welcome to, of yourself.
Okay.
You can't do it of the girls, man. You can't, like, I can't tell you how many people I've gone up to. You got to delete that video.
Really?
Yeah, because they'll come in and they'll just start recording the girls, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? That's rude. What do you, like, no, these girls are trying to perform and do their thing and make money, and you're just, I'm going to, no, bro. So we'll tell them to delete their photos, or if we know that there's a bunch of girls in the photos, we'll tell them to delete the photos or the video or something, or take selfies. If you want to take selfies, take selfies. Hey, we're at Hippo, whatever. Right. Totally fine. But leave the girls out of it, man. They deserve privacy just as much as celebrities or anyone else deserves it. They're humans. They have kids. They have families. A lot of these girls, I've worked with a lot of these girls, and they're very smart. A lot of them are just trying to put themselves through school. They're trying to be doctors or nurses or whatever the case is, and they don't want it to adversely affect them later in life, right? So I treat everyone the same when it comes to that. I mean, obviously celebrities, I do that thing, but we make sure we take care of the girls too, right? We have to.
So you just had your 4-year anniversary.
Yeah.
What did you do for it? What events?
It was crazy. So we worked with 1228 Catering, which is like kind of like a derivative. It is a derivative of Wolfgang Puck.
Nice.
Right? So we had Wolfgang Puck in there. They prepared the food, which was really so good. God, it was good. And then I worked with a bunch of local influencers. I worked with
Heather.
Miss Heather.
Yep.
I worked with Brandon from Vegas, who him and his wife Chanel, stand-up people.
This is the fourth episode, Brandon. This is the fourth episode that Brandon from Vegas, in a row. We've had Chef James Trees on. He mentioned Brandon from Vegas. We had Cornish Pasty on. They mentioned Brandon from Vegas.
Yeah.
And there was somebody else we had. But yeah,
he's just a cool dude.
He's everywhere.
Man. He's just a nice guy, man.
That's
and
so funny.
Like
he's
you
gonna
talk
love
to
this.
him, and he's just a cool dude. Him and his wife Chanel, like they're just cool.
That's so
like
funny.
I just enjoy working with them because, like, when I get influencers in, right?
Yeah.
I always tell them, do your thing. I'm not going to interfere with your creative process, man. Like, I'll give you the core points of, hey, this is what I want
to
to
hit,
hit.
yeah.
But I'm not going to like storyboard your whole thing, man. That destroys all. Because it comes down to being genuine, right? When you have an audience like your audience, right? Your audience knows how you are. They tune into this because they know your show and how you are. That's what they want. So when I go in and I'm like, hey, Brandon, I want you to talk in this voice. I want you to talk in this voice and I want you to be like this. They're going to be like, oh, that's obviously blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
right? They're going to know that's fake, man. I don't want to be fake. I'm not trying to be fake. I want Brandon or Heather. I want them to be genuine. I want them to be who they are, right? Because that's what drew their audience to them in the first place.
Yeah.
And that's what I've noticed with other businesses. I've watched some of these other businesses and how they interact with some of these influencers, and you could tell it's very storyboarded or it's just them doing their thing.
Yeah.
And you can always tell that. And people crave
authenticity,
man.
Absolutely.
They crave it, right? And to me, it's so crazy that people actually think they can get away with not being authentic because your audience is going to pick up on it right away. The audience isn't stupid, right? You're going to have a couple low IQ people mixed in there, sure, whatever. But in general, people can tell, like, you have that human factor, like, oh, that sounds very scripted. That's so weird.
You can tell the difference between a Heather or a Brandon.
Of course.
Between the lesser.
Right. That's really kind of like storyboarded or something. Yeah. So, and I think that's, if in general you look at what's going on in the United States right now, for example, right? Politics is something that I'm very interested in. I want to get into, but I'm not going to get too deep into it. But when you look at these politicians, whether it's right or left, whatever, you can tell who's very storyboarded, right? You have these guys that are making these gestures and right? And it's like, bro, you took way too many talking classes, man. And if you can talk, if you can appeal to your audience and you can appeal to the voters or you can appeal to people in general, just being a normal human being, they're going to be way more they're going to gravitate towards you naturally.
Right.
But instead they have these really weird, strict talking points and very robotic type movements. I'm like, what are you doing, man?
Authenticity, man.
Yeah, it's the way to go. It's how you get an audience. It's 100% how you get an audience.
So what's in the next 4 years for Hippo then?
Oh, we're expanding like crazy, man. Oh,
How so?
God, we're expanding. So we have our sister club, right? Las Toxicas is ours too. So we're in a partnership with them. So we have Toxicas and Hippo. They're like brother sister companies, right? We just opened a club in Pompano Beach. We just opened a club in New Orleans. We're opening several clubs in Texas. I think those are Las Toxicas clubs, I believe.
Nice. Is there a difference between Las Toxicas and Hippo? Like
it is.
What's the vibe? Is the vibe different?
Well, you know what you know what a BBL is?
Of course.
Okay,
Brandon, do you know what a BBL is?
Of course.
Okay, just making sure.
Big booty Latinas.
We love BBLs here on the Hey BigHead Show.
Big booty Latinas are where it's at. If you couldn't tell.
Okay, well that's good to know then.
So yeah, Las Toxicas is exactly what it sounds like. It's a Spanish theme, Hispanic theme club. I enjoy it a lot. It's a fun club. It's a very, very different vibe from Hippo, but in a good way, right? We have Hippo, which is kind of, I would say Hippo's, it's different in the way that we do things, but if you want to think of it this way, you can think of it, it's kind of like more mainstream. And then, you got Las Toxicas, whereas like if you want a little bit of the flavor profile,
sure.
right? you have Las Toxicas, and that's a great club too, man.
Love that.
They have great. So yeah, so Hippo's expanding like crazy, and we're gonna be Hippo's hopefully gonna be going public.
Wow.
It'll be a publicly traded company, I hope. And they're working on that, and it's expanding like crazy, man. Like our club, our brand is just it's crazy. It's crazy because when we open, so if you go to our club, if you go to Hippo, there's a big booth in the corner of the Hippo, and it has 07. It has these big light up letters called it's the 07, right?
Yeah.
And that stands for, it was the 7th club, right? The very first club that we opened, I believe, was in Neenah, Wisconsin. It was Alan Chang. It was the CEO, the owner of the club. He opened it in Neenah, Wisconsin, and it just kind of expanded from there, and it went to Toledo, Ohio, and a couple other places. And anyway, his 7th club, we got on the Las Vegas Strip. I was like, man, you move quick, bro. Like, wow, that was quick.
Yeah.
And so we got that, and now we have, I don't even know how many clubs in the pipe. We got a club in the Big Apple we're looking at. We got a club, I think there's another club in Florida we're looking at. So maybe there's 2.
Hippo's taking over the country.
Bro,
I love this.
It's gonna be worldwide.
I'm excited for this.
Worldwide. Like our club, our brand and our club is doing so well just because we take such a different approach to the hospitality aspect. It goes back to what we're saying. We're not trying to club you, man.
Yeah.
I just want you to come have a good time.
Yeah.
Get some titties, have a good time, have some drinks, go home, come back tomorrow.
Love that.
Right?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's what it is, bro.
We'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, that's right. I'll be there.
Well, this is awesome. Derick, thank you so much for coming in, man. I'm really excited to see the growth of Hippo. I love, before today. I mean, we did our research on Hippo and the origins and all that, but to actually hear it from you and to hear your side of it and just hear your journey from how you got to where you were to where you are today was awesome.
Yeah, it's crazy.
This is crazy.
I'm a crazy guy.
When you eventually write your autobiography, please.
Oh, I would
make
love
sure.
that. Trust me, I'm gonna incorporate this into.
Oh, as you should. I want a whole chapter.
On a podcast, and then we talked about everything.
I want a full chapter on.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
It'll be the second podcast I went on. It was my memoir. It's gonna be good. I
love it. Well, Derick, this is awesome. Thank you so much for coming in, man. This is great. Brandon, I'm gonna hit you with some outro music. You ready for this?
Oh yeah.
All right, let's do it. We'll catch new episodes each week on HeyBigHead.com. I don't know about you, Brandon, but I'm ready to go to the Hippo.
Yeah, Team Excursion.
Team Excursion. I'm ready for some Sacco's tacos.
Oh yeah, come get a bottle, man.
Yes.
A bottle on me. Come get some tacos and a bottle and bring some friends.
Tacos, bottles, friends, and some good conversation.
Yeah.
And some titties.
And the girls.
And the girls, of course.
Girls and the titties. Yeah.
We'll see you next week.